Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are firing up the TCS podcast once again with me. I am your host, Eric Guy. With me is the one, the only, Mr. Brian Hess. Are you excited about this, Brian?
I am.
Getting us fired about this? What fires you up most about getting this TCS podcast going again?
Bringing value to the industry in a way that I think is unique and different than what we've done before. A little bit of a mix of what Bill and Nate were doing before, some of the education we've done before, but bringing that all together, and then having a team of people to kind of support it and make it fresh, which I think is a new innovative idea in the podcasting world. Like having multiple people kind of running through it, where the audience will get to meet a lot of the lineup of the people who have been around Top Contractor School for a long time that are out there making moves in different areas of the industry. So if you think about it, you've got, concrete flooring guys, you've got some asphalt guys, you've got a steel guy, you've got a luxury home builder, and who knows who else is going to show up on this show,
It could get crazy. It could get crazy. So take us back to where it was. What was your original intention for the TCS podcast?
I mean, my thought was, how do we, show the public kind of what Top Contractor School is, what, kind of lessons we deliver. So to provide like mini snippets of education and really, again, give people the opportunity to know me better in that capacity as a mentor, and then the other people who have been on the show, Keith Calloway Jr., et cetera. Over the years, we've had lots of the members pop on and off the show. But to do that in a way that now, reformats that into, entertainment, education, industry news, what's going on in the world and how does it impact our industry. All of those things are relevant to people in construction. And there aren't a lot of shows out there or a lot of podcasts out there that kind of cover that. And so that is our mission right now, is to redefine that show, bring some humor, bring some entertainment. I've got some ideas I haven't even shared with you yet on the entertainment side, because everybody talks about some of the funny things that are in our industry, but we have never put them on display. And so stay tuned for the upcoming episodes, because we're going to put some of these things on display.
Well, how would you, let's go back for the people that are maybe just watching this for the first time, because it's already evolved several times. And, I've only been hanging around you for maybe 18 months. And I'm so excited about this because I had somebody yesterday ask me what Top Contractor School was, and I just still get so excited about it. But what's the intention of Top Contractor School?
To put it simply, man, I think that, so many people that own businesses in our industry, they own businesses that ultimately, they think they're getting freedom by starting these businesses. Mm-hmm. That's what they pursue. So they're generally, they're working on a crew, or they're working, with their hands. And so they say, I'm working for this company. I think I could do this myself. And so they go off and they start a business. And so they're seeking freedom, right? That's why most people get into entrepreneurship. And I think what they end up finding is that they're really good at the trade, but there's something on the other side of it, something on the business side that we all struggle with, by the way.
Absolutely.
No matter how qualified you are, there's something that, you have a gap in. And so our goal at Top Contractor School is take those people that were seeking freedom, and what they found was a job with a tax ID number, right? So they can't get away. They feel kind of chained to it, handcuffed to the business, and to provide the freedom that they were originally seeking. And so to take those people that have a job with a tax ID number and help them create a better business and the freedom that they were originally pursuing. And one of the analogies that I always use is, you're seeking freedom, but you end up just finding a bigger cage. And so our responsibility as a community is to help them remove that cage and give them the freedom that they were originally seeking.
Now, to some contractors, that seems kind of too good to be true. But that's the intention of the podcast even as well, to share those ideas. We have people come on right? And it's like, oh man, can that really happen? And it can. We've had people that, especially our inner circle members, that have made, they're not just making an impact anymore in their homes and in their companies, but they're making huge impacts in their communities, through all this. And I think some people go, yeah, that sounds kind of too good to be true. Is it really there? What would you say to the naysayers?
Yeah, I would say, stay tuned to the show, because that's one of our goals, and it always has been a goal of the show, is to show the real life progress of that. And I think for a lot of people that consume this type of content online, or they hear of these groups or coaches or whatever it may be in the construction space, most of it is that way. It is maybe oversold or overpromised and underdelivered. And Top Contractor School at this point is 6+ years, 7 years old, almost here in a month. And so we have a long track record, a long history. And guys, I was just looking at our original transactions, like the first couple of people, and you've got guys like Mark Thibodeau, JB Lines, Travis Stokes, Action Asphalt, obviously Keith Calloway Jr. All of these people who have been part of our community for literally 6 years, and almost 7 years. And so you have those people, and if you look at what has happened to their businesses, don't listen to what people say. Look at the results. Look at what has happened, and then look at what those people have to say. Not what we say has happened for them, but what they say themselves. And I think that is the most important part. And I would say, be careful not being willing to believe. You should be skeptical of things that are out there, and you should check into what has happened. But if you look at the community that we have and the number of people that are in it, and then what are the results of those people, because there's not a single one that isn't in an exponentially better place than they were when they found us. And I want to say this too, because I think in the beginning, for those that have been following along for a long time but haven't joined the community, many people think that this thing is about me, or they had that perception. Hopefully that has changed for them. This community is not about me. This community is about the members, the board members, the employees of those companies, how they have grown. And you're not getting advice from me. You're getting advice from 50-something companies. You're getting advice from how many leaders are within those companies, right, that have experiences of decades of failures and struggles and successes, and they've been through it. And so, when you look at it, look at the collection of people, not just the people that you hear from, but look at the people who are in there doing the work, learning, staying committed to it. And that group of people, I would put against anybody in the world.
Absolutely. And it's good people. I think that's what really I know that's what turned me on. When you first invited me to my first retreat, I was like, wow, this is like, you want to talk about making a difference and having an impact. It was tremendous. Like there's nothing else being done, especially for contractors. It doesn't touch it. I mean, at least that I know of, and I've been around all kind of industries, and I've just never seen at this level. And it's only getting better. Who would you recommend? Like, if people are just kind of toe dipping right here, who would you recommend listen to and tune into the podcast?
Man, I would say any contractor, from somebody that's, maybe you're still working for somebody and you have a vision of, wanting to do this on your own. If that's the case, I was you at some point, and many people in the group were you at some point. And so, whether it's that kind of gaining the confidence of like, maybe what can I do next, or how can I do it, all the way to a startup business, all the way to the people that are, multiple 8-figure companies. We have all of those inside of the community. And the goal of the show is to have really 3 core focus areas of the show. It's education, so helping contractors build better businesses. Industry news, so keeping up with trends, innovations, challenges, the things that are going on in the world, how they impact our industry. There's a lot changing right now, right? Anytime there's a new election and kind of a political shift, you're going to see some things going on. We're going to talk about that. And then entertainment, bringing real stories, experiences, and lessons from the field, And then the relationships that we have with equipment manufacturers and suppliers, and all the things that are out there that you may not know exist. We're going to try to bring them to the show so that you can know the people that we know, and those people can get to know you. And so the goal is to build an audience of contractors that is very diverse, from people who haven't started a business or an employee somewhere that just is happy where they are and they want to get better within their company, all the way up to the owner that's, doing really well, but maybe feels like there could be more, or they feel alone, or, that things just aren't, they know there's more that they could feel and do, but they haven't found it yet.
If I were to simplify TCS, right, it's just to make a contractor's business and life better, easier,
Amen.
simpler, right?
That's it.
I mean, I know I get excited when I talk about it all the time, but that's kind of in the simplest way. So, real quick, the new lineup, Brian's going to be on here. He's going to be popping in now and then on leadership, probably sales and scaling, because that's his wheelhouse there. Not that other things aren't, but we'll have other people. Brian, you mentioned it, like Travis Stokes, the Abruzzi brothers, Nate Swing, Bill Ryman, and probably many others.
Yeah.
And it's going to be just getting their, these are people that are also leaders in their industry. As Brian said, they've gone through TCS, and man, the expansion that these folks have had, and it's just amazing. But coming up, you said, construction industry outlook. What can people expect that they're watching these podcasts? Guest lineup, the equipment manufacturers, everything like that. Staying ahead of things, making life simpler, guys. Last thing here before we end, Brian. What would you recommend? I know what I would recommend to people, but what would you recommend on how they get connected, stay connected, follow up, and things of that nature?
Yeah, I mean, we've tried to make it easy,
Yeah.
right, to connect with us. So we have the One Team Community app, so you can go to oneteamnetwork.com and get connected there. In that community of people, it's absolutely free. There's nothing, there's no catch. You can get in the Contractor Connection, which is a free contractor group, the One Team Community, which is a little bit of everything from NFL and Major League Baseball players down to contractors and everybody else that we have. There's lawyers, there's all kinds of things that people are looking to do the same as we do inside of TCS, but they're doing it in other industries, and that's a great networking opportunity for us. Inside of there, you're going to keep up with the events and things like that. So the One Team Network is really robust. We've got all the adventure stuff that we do. We've got a fitness group in there. We've got all kinds of things to help move your life forward and to some degree create some accountability for you, right? So that is the easiest way. You can download that on Android or iPhone as well. So if you just search One Team Community, that'll come up on both of those mobile application stores. And that is the easiest way to connect with us. The other way is, anywhere on social media. So connect with Top Contractor School, connect with any of the people that are on the show. We're pretty public, right? So you can, if your spouse is looking to connect with people, or you're a female in construction, we've got TCS Women. There's a million different ways. So YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, any of the platforms you're going to find Top Contractor School on, and then you'll see a lot of content and stuff flowing through there that'll give you an idea of who exists within this community. We're just looking to serve you, man. There's no catch here. There's no, we're not trying to sell you something. We don't want to sell you something unless it's a good fit for you to be part of the community anyway. And if you are a good fit, I think that just naturally happens through it. So
yeah, and you just make the community better.
Yep. And
Absolutely.
so we just look forward to getting to know everybody. We've had a huge uptick, man. We've doubled the number of people in the app in the last 30 days, which is incredible. And so hopefully that will continue, and hopefully this show will help support that.
Any last thoughts before we jump off this first kickoff episode here?
No, man, just looking forward to reconnecting with everybody and kind of giving you guys a more robust and diverse view of what we're doing. We were just talking about this before we came on the show, but there's so much going on inside of Top Contractor School that I think we've not done a great job of externally talking about. And so that will be one of the things that we accomplish on this show. We try not to blur the lines of all the other things that we're doing, whether it be, on my show or anything else that we produce. Try to keep it to what it is, right? Without, throwing all those things out there. So if you're a contractor, you're looking for a place to, kind of network and be part of something bigger, it goes from free all the way up to an investment, for companies to be part of the inner circle. And we've got all kinds of other things that we can do for contractors that we'll get into throughout the show here. So just subscribe, leave us a comment, tell us what you want to hear out of the show. If there's something you want us to cover, somebody that needs to be a guest on the show, let us know that so we can get them on. We have a lot of connections in the industry.
Absolutely.
But we certainly would love to meet people that you guys, the audience, think are important too, and be able to tell their stories. And if there's a business that we can support somehow by bringing them in and telling their story, we'd love to do that too.
Sounds good. Well, tune in, guys. This is going to be great. It's going to be a great 2025, and we're looking forward to it. So stay in touch for our next episode. Episode 2 will come out in 1 week, and we'll see you then. Make it great.